Hey, Pat, sorry if you've been asked this before, but after you had surgery, with your shooting mechanics, was it just muscle memory, or did you have to work through some? Did it feel the same when you came back, or is that something you had to work through?
Yeah, I mean, I make the joke I now have a bionic hand, so it actually takes some human error out of it. But, it was really just the movement in the wrist, right? It's my hand, I got a metal plate, 8 screws in there. But the swelling obviously went down to my wrist. The tendon has to now work over the metal plate. And so there's a lot of things there that it's still not fully there, but the wrist motion and the flexibility and a lot of the therapy that I did has helped it quite a bit. And it was just a matter of working through it. And it was one of those things that it felt weird at first, but you'll kind of have to push through the pain in order to have some healing, if you will. And so it's been a testament to our PT staff. They've done a great job with me. Our massage therapist has done a great job of making sure that the swelling got out of there quickly and efficiently, and I've been able to kind of be on the court shooting for 2.5, 3 weeks.
Grayson mentioned that when you hit a catch high, keep high, you like to tell everyone about it. Is that like you trying to encourage Grayson to do it more often, or kind of what's your thought process there?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where there's friendly competition amongst friends. And, Grayson, I think he lets me know that he's had a few more dunks than me this year. And I said, yeah, I mean, I wanted to welcome you to the team in a nice fashion. And so I'm going to push him to do more catch high, keep highs. And I think really it's kind of like that subtle, doesn't matter where you throw me the ball, I can make it anyway. So just kind of throw it to me a few more times. And so that's kind of the running joke that we have.
With Jrue this year, just kind of what he's doing offensively, his step back jumper, it feels like he can get to it at any point in just about any spot, any angle. What do you see from that? And have you had the pleasure of trying to defend it in practice and just think, what am I supposed to do here?
No, fortunately, I have not had to defend it in practice. I think we played one-on-one one day, like a group of us, but fortunately I never was matched up with him. He either won the spot before I got to him or I was fortunate to win a spot. But he's a phenomenal player, and I talk about it all the time. I mean, when I was in Portland, I saw it firsthand in a playoff game, playoff series against New Orleans, how much he can take over the game and control the game. And I never think, he gets enough credit for what he does, both sides of the floor. But offensively, he's really, in my opinion, this year gotten to a place where he feels comfortable. He knows that we need him to be aggressive, and he doesn't have to defer as much. And when it comes time that, the fourth quarter, third quarter, whenever he feels it, to kind of take over and have the ball in his hands. And, I wore a shirt with his face on it the other day. He's one of my all-time favorite players.
Pat, back here, how important is it to have nights like this where almost 8 guys are in double figures, knowing that on regular nights you'll have, Giannis and Chris out there with their, normal 50 points a game combined?
Yeah, I mean, it shows the weapons that we have, right? It shows our depth. It shows that now that we've gotten, I'm going to say everybody healthy, as Giannis and Chris didn't play, but, a bunch of the other supporting cast healthy, I think it's been a testament to how we play offensively, how we share the basketball, how we get open shots, we get good shots, we try to get the best shot that we can every offensive possession. And when we're doing that and we're sharing the basketball, we're moving, we're running in transition, we're getting open shots, we got a lot of guys that can fill it up.
For some of that stretch, you weren't actually on the court, but what do you think has been the biggest difference for these last 3 weeks where you guys seem to be a little more consistent in racking up these wins as the regular season comes to a close?
I think it's been a mixture of, we've had guys slowly coming back. You get Book back, you got George back, you get guys slowly coming back. I think B, it's just a matter of, it is after All-Star break. So that mentality of, hey, the playoffs are coming. How do we make sure that mentally we're preparing and really challenging ourselves? Obviously, we're playing a team every other night, but we're trying to really focus on ourselves. How do we play better Bucks basketball? And I think that's what we've done in the past that has made us really successful is obviously as a game plan. Obviously, you got to know your personnel on the other team. But for the most part, we want to just play our brand of basketball. And we think if we do that on both ends of the floor, we can win more often than not.
I think this win puts you like a half game ahead of Philly and Boston. I think you're a game behind Miami. How much at this point are y'all kind of looking at the standings to try to see where you might end up getting seated there in the playoffs? Is that something you think about much, or are you just blinders on, take the floor?
I think for us, we're focused on ourselves. I mean, obviously, I think even if you wanted to look at the standings, you have really no idea where it's going to go. You have no idea who's going to win games, who's going to lose games. You have no idea what's going to happen in the play-in tournament. Ironically, I think the play-in tournament's a great thing for basketball, but for the 1 and 2 seed, you have no idea who you're going to play, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But I think for us, we're really trying to focus on ourselves. You know, we think that if we play the best brand of basketball that we can, and we get into that comfort, consistency as we head into the playoffs, will be a very tough team to beat. So the more we can focus on ourselves and the more, obviously, we can try to win basketball games, I think the standings will take care of themselves. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.